Hey folks, welcome back to the village. Out in the garden today. I don't know if you watch the channel, I put this together. This is my Vigo Veggie raised bed. This is a 17-inch high by, I believe it's 42 inches across. Going to be used to grow my potatoes in this year. So I'm going to work on filling this today. I'm going to show you the layering method we use. It's a German word. They call this, it's called Hugelkultur. I probably got that all screwed up. It's not the easiest word to say. It means mountain culture or hill culture in German. It can also be interpreted as layering, which basically all it is. You're building it up from the bottom to the top on different layers. Usually what you do, the first layer is going to be cardboard on the bottom. I don't like to use cardboard. I'm an organic gardener. I don't know what they process with cardboard. So essentially what I've done is I started with a layer of leaves, and I got just a little bit of like garden soil that I dug up over there that I got in there for a layer. And then on the next layer, what I'm going to use on this is sticks. Normally you would use logs, like small logs, 3 inches in diameter or so. But being that I'm going to grow potatoes, a root vegetable that grows down in, I don't want to have that. I want to have more soil. So essentially, my assistant, no, you can go get your own stick. These are mine. Just basically spreading these out in the bin. And over time, they're just going to slowly break down. The reason we do this is just you're going to, this way you don't have as much volume to make up with dirt. Hey, those are mine. As much dirt to put in, so it makes up some of the volume, takes up some of the volume of the bin. So that's why you do this. And what's going to happen is the worms work their way up and everything, and just, you know, soil microbes, they're going to break this down slowly over time. That's why you're going to see your bins, you're always adding stuff to it. It's going to slowly drop all the time. So let's get more of these and build this before the dog takes off with all of them. Hey. That's pretty much it. Just get those in there and just kind of work them around, spread them out. Put them down a little bit. That's kind of it. Just a layer of sticks or logs if you want to use them. My other bins where I'm not worried about as much depth with just standard planting, I use like 3-inch, 4-inch logs in the bottom. Like I like to cut them in half or split them in half and put them in like quarter rounds or so forth. But now we're going to put that. I'm going to use grass clippings for my next layer. This is grass clippings from the yard when I cut the yard that I've had since last. Hey. Spread that out in there. Yeah, nothing, this isn't science, you know, so just give it, kind of spread it out evenly through the bin. I like the grass because coming back in with sticks, it kind of fills up all those gaps and everything between the sticks. I'll just go back with the hoe and just kind of compact it down a little bit, kind of work it into the sticks and break it down a little bit. Oops. So there's another layer. And again, you can see the difference of where you started now. Now you've got maybe 3 inches of the bin, filled up now with the grass, with the leaves, with the garden soil, with the sticks, now the layer of grass clippings. A lot of people like to use a layer of compost or like stuff they're going to put in the compost bin. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm just going to put a little more grass in here, and then I'm going to go back with the gardens with raised bed soil to top it off. Again, I want a little more layer of thickness here of the soil because I'm going to grow potatoes, which are a root, crop that's growing underneath the ground. So we'll put the rest of this grass in, then we'll start with this soil. All right, so I got a couple different ones that I'm using here. This is a burpee, it's organic. One has a lot more, of the two varieties I'm using, one has a lot more, this doesn't have as much of the peat mixture in it, which the other one does, so I'm gonna mix the two of them. I'm just gonna alternate the two. So I'll put that in first. Then we'll come back with the, this is a Miracle Grow version, also organic. Since I'm using the two different varieties, I'm going to go in and mix them up a little bit. That way it kind of gets it more together. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. It's like everything else. You're just working it, leveling it out a little bit, going back and add some more. Again, we'll go back to the other variety on this layer. Spread that out a little bit. And when I build my beds, I like to come back in on, when I get to the very end of it, I'll take the last inch of the surface and I'll mix back in compost, some worm castings to mix that in for my top layer of it. I do it a little bit different. Again, you can do it any way you want. This is how I've done it before and I like the way it worked out, so that's the way I like to put it, fill my bins. So you can do it whichever way you want. One thing we haven't had a lot around here is moisture. In the last day we had about an inch and a quarter of rain, so this stuff's all pretty wet. So like I said, I'm just mixing the two together. Again, because the one has a lot of peat, the other doesn't. So, and peat holds moisture. So that's why I like to have the peat in there, but I don't like to have too much moisture. This has got a lot of clumps in it when I need to break up here. Again, we had a lot of rain. This was just sitting out in the garden, so go back with your hand. It breaks up pretty easy. break some of these clumps up. That's kind of it. Well, that's all what I'm going to put in, because like I said, I'm going to come back with my compost. I'll show you, I'll bring some in and show you how we're just going to throw that in on top, and that's going to kind of finish the bed off. That's pretty much it. And then we're going to come back with the potato sets, and we're going to set those, cut those and put those in here, and this is going to be strictly potatoes this year. Let me go get the other stuff, come back, and we'll throw that in and show how we're going to finish this thing off. So now my final layers for the bed are going to be, this is a bucket of compost that I broke down with my composter out there. This has been sifted, so it's pretty fine. You still see eggshells and stuff like that. And all I'm going to do with this is just spread it around. That's just going to give some extra nutrition to the plant. Got a few little nuggets in it. We'll just break those up a little bit. As it dries out, it has a tendency to clump up a little bit. So we're going to go with a layer of that. And then my final thing I'm going to put in, this is worm castings or worm poop, whatever you want to call it. It's vermicasting. Something I've started over here too. Nice thing about worm castings, it's not hot. So you can put it on right on the plants. It won't burn anything, seedlings, anything like that. So it's organic. So that's why I like to put in. It's a good thing to get it started. It holds moisture. It helps break, create the soil. Break it down a little bit. The organic matter too helps because of what it attracts to it. So we're gonna sit there and add some of this. Same thing. Mix it around. And again, just gonna take it and just kind of level it out. Mix it in a little with the compost so it's not right on the surface. And I like to take the compost and kind of mix it into that other inch of stuff below it, just to kind of get it so it's more to the root zone. So we'll just kind of work through that. pretty much it. We're gonna go back and just kind of level it. Pretty much it. That's the way the best way to fill your bins without having to, you know, fill it with just straight bags of soil. If you do that, you're going to end up using, if I did that on this without the other layers of material, I probably would use at least 5 to 6 more bags of it. This way, I think I used a total of 8 or 7.5. So that's not too bad. And then again, my top layer is just going to be this, and this is just about where I want it to be. I want it to be a little under the edge. I might come back and mix a little more of the soil and mix it in with this. I haven't decided yet. I still have about a 1/2 bag, so I might do that, but then essentially this is ready to plant. And again, just as that breaks down below, you know, your soil level is going to fall, so you got to remember each year you're going to come back. And I like to add in just more compost and more of the worm castings and mix that into the top layer. And that just replenishes what you took out of the soil too. So that's what I do. Other ways to do it. Again, I grow this organically, so I'm just going back with like the worm castings and stuff like that for fertilizer. I also use lots of different natural type things for it too, manures and so forth. But that's how we build the thing. It's, again, Hugelkultur something or another. It's German for mound culture or layering, and that's why they call it that. That's probably the most widely used way of building the beds. And now I'll just come back now and with my potato sets and just place them in here. I don't know how many I'm going to put in yet. I think I'm going to fill it pretty full. I got plenty of space for it. So if you like, you know, watching the channel and watch what we do here, learning with us and stuff like that, you know, if you want to subscribe, you can hit that subscribe button below. If you like the video, you can hit the like button, mash that, and that'll help me out. If you do have any questions, also if you want to watch it, if you don't watch on YouTube, you can also watch it on Rumble, Village Life Nebraska. I have it on there also. If you have any questions or ideas or anything, you can put those down below also. If you hit the notification button, you'll know when something gets posted. I'm trying to get one up once a week, but with the weather we've had lately here, I mean, it's just been crappy, a lot, cold and just rainy, or cold and just nasty. So we'll try to get more stuff up. We got a lot of projects to do. We got a lot of stuff to do out here in the garden. Lots of projects around here we have to do. So join us and see if we can learn something from each other. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll catch you on the next one.